This case that I am presenting today is a young man with extensive baldness which is relentlessly progressive. Not only that, he has a donor area which is limited. The area of the safe zone is extremely small. And the topping on the cake is that the safe zone is also miniaturized. So it's no longer the safe zone. So what do you think the result in this case will be? All the parameters in this case are red flag signs that caution us not to proceed with a hair transplant. That he shouldn't be touched even with a barge pole if a hair transplant is what he desires. Though people like him can get a hair transplant done very easily if the baldness has stabilized. But at this age, stabilization of baldness, which is so extensive, is very rare. In normal circumstances, I would also balk at the idea of doing a hair transplant on him. But at times you have to relent. Given the right mindset, a rational attitude, a well-researched patient, a patient who knows the limits of hair transplant, and he knows that without the assistance of oral DHT blockers, his hair transplant will be an exercise in futility. He is desperate for natural hair. He does not want a hairpiece. He does not want artificial hair on his head. And the patient is yet to be married. So it's a huge social issue, and when such patients make fervent requests, fervent pleas for a hair transplant, sometimes you have to relent, especially if they promise that they'll be taking finasteride. They commit that they'll be taking finasteride for a long period even after the procedure. In most patients, and especially in such patients, failing to plan is planning to fail. But even if you have a good plan, you can still fail if the patient is not cooperative, if he is not compliant to your treatment, and especially to the medication that follows after a hair transplant, especially in his situation. So these patients require detailed counseling, not one counseling but repeated counseling, to judge the correct mindset, the correct rationality before you take up the patient for a hair transplant. So in this patient we did scalp as well as body grafts. Some of the scalp grafts, though they were from the permanent zone, the so-called permanent zone, but they were miniaturizing. So we were able to cover all his bald area, and you can see after 8 months his happy situation. The patient has been religiously taking finasteride and he is very happy with the outcome. The patient is an educated patient and he realizes that the permanence of his result will depend upon his taking regularly oral finasteride in the long term. This is because the grafts that have been transplanted were miniaturizing in the donor area when they were picked, and some of them were already miniaturized, which have been maintained by oral finasteride. He realizes that if he stops taking oral finasteride, all will come to naught. Love's labor will be lost. All the hair will fall off. But kudos to the patient, his cooperation with the surgeon, and his commitment to take finasteride in the long term. The patient has fully embraced his responsibility of complying with the treatment in the long term. Without this, the best surgeon's well laid out plans will also likely go astray. So thank you for watching. If you like this case, let me know. And if you have any comments, any questions to ask, I'll be too happy to answer. Just drop a comment in the comment section below and I'll get back to you. God bless you.